Hey, what's up everybody? This is Trav back again. I want to give one short, sweet video to explain how I dealt with all the passive mob farm drops. Kind of show you some of the things I did to give you an idea of maybe how you would like to handle it. So I'm going to kind of start here in the creative world because it's going to be easier. And then I'll take a run through the survival world and show you how it looks there. And also, I'll show you kind of what I got from a session of AFK time. But anyway, let's kind of get into it. So, the thought I had here was I wanted to divide the drops, okay? So, front and back is pretty much I wanted to divide the drops. And the reason I did that is because I was getting a few too many drops for one minecart to handle. But also, I didn't need to cook everything. So I figured one side would go to be cooked and one side would go to be uncooked, to kind of split the load up, if you will. Also, one kind of requirement I set for myself is I don't want to hear noise. I don't want to hear sorters, hopper, minecart unloaders. I don't want to hear pistons. So with that being said, instead of doing minecart unloaders, I just have them on an infinite loop here. And then on the ends, they just drive over a couple hoppers. So the back one, which is going to go to the uncooked area, is driving over these back hoppers, which is going to an item elevator. And then the front one is driving, let me come over here, is driving over these hoppers, which is going to that dropper elevator. So it's silent. I don't have to hear anything in my barbecue joint. So the next thing I want you guys to see, if you haven't seen it yet in my Witch Farm Shulker Storage Let's Play, is I have these silent, fast item elevators, hopper elevators. So all these are hoppers, and the top one here or droppers. I don't know why I say hoppers, but all these droppers are going into these hoppers up here. And the way this works is we're taking a comparator reading out of the bottom one, and then we're creating a loop here. So that pulse is going around here, and then it's being sent back on well, it'd be a 3-tick delay here to our torch tower. And then our next step up on our torch tower here, that pulse is being wrapped around, so it's creating a clock, so it can keep going as parts are being filled into that lower hopper. This is all silent. Remember to keep light sources in here because chances are this is all going to be enclosed, and you want to override the light updates from all the torches. So throw some jack-o'-lanterns or lights in there. So to give you an idea here, let's take some gold, and we'll throw those in there. And it's silent, and they're coming up here, and they're all going there. Okay, and they're all being sorted around. Okay, so let's take a look at the rest of this. So that setup is the same on both sides. Alright, same exact thing. Now also keep in mind this is in the nether, so we can't use water streams. So we're using hopper chains here. So let's follow this route. This is the cooking side. So we have a hopper chain, and at the top it has to kind of be offset so it doesn't get powered. So we have a hopper chain here. I just put furnaces on the top to help kind of reduce lag. They're going into our first set of item sorters, and what these item sorters are stuff to be cooked. So we have the 4 food types here. Beef, pork chops, chicken, and no, that's chicken. And this is mutton. Just standard item sorters here, nothing crazy. And if we kind of come into here, those are being fed down into these furnaces, which I use the smokers in the survival world, so it's faster. Excuse me. So they're coming down a ways here, right? They're coming down a few hoppers, and that's to allow room for items to be fed into the back of the furnaces. So this will be like our fuel source going into the back. Alright, so I had to have that offset here. So, you know, if you have to take screenshots, slow it down. It's being dropped. It looks like 3 hoppers down and then fed into the top. And then you have your item sorter here, which is being fed to these, which is going into the back. So all I did here is I was just kind of doing some testing. Here, I was trying to get an idea how much fuel it would burn. So I just put a cake here. This is just taking a subtraction reading. or at least it should. So it locks this hopper when, and a cake's 14. So once this reaches 14 power, which should be I think one full stack, it actually locks this hopper until this needs more. Just something I was messing with. You don't need this here, is all I'm saying. So anyway, that's the cooking side. So let's look at the rest of this. So the cooked product is being pulled out of the bottom of the smokers and being fed here. And if we were to take a look at that, that is just another dropper elevator, the same design. Another dropper elevator coming up. It's being fed over to another sorter, which is going to then do the cooked product. So this will be all cooked foods here. And you can expand it however you want. But so that's the cook side. So now the question is, well, what about all the stuff that isn't food, right? Because we're going to get feathers, and we're going to get leather, and we're going to get wool. So let's follow it on this route. So the stuff that doesn't get filtered is going to come around to the side, and you have to be careful here. You got to make sure these hoppers aren't near torches and being powered. And they're going down, and they're traveling all the way underneath, and they're being fed into the dropper elevator for the other side. So that means they're going to go to this side, which is going to sort that stuff anyways. Okay? So that pretty much takes care of that side of the farm. Now let's look at the other side. So this is all the items from the back. This will be our uncooked food and all of our normal and all of our non-food goods. So they're going to go up this dropper elevator here, redirect it down here just to a standard filter system. You're going to need 6 item sorters to cover everything you're going to get from this. These are standard item sorters. If you would like a more lag reducing item sorter, which produces about half a lag, go back to and I'll link in the description, my storage facility kind of intro video where I talk about a much lag friendlier version of this, which is a little bit slower. So anyway, you're going to need 6 sorters. You're going to need for your 4 different kinds of raw food. And then you'll need leather and you'll need feather. And then the rest will be wool. So that'll fill up. Your last one's going to be junk, which is going to be wool. So you'll have 4, 5, 6, and then you'll have a junk drawer. And these are just kind of extras I have here. So that'll be kind of how that works. And I think that's pretty much it. Notice here I've lowered the floor down so they fall down in. I'm just using magma blocks here. Make sure they're sealed in really well, the critters, so they don't climb out. If you want to sort horses, you could put, oh, let's see here. We could do something like this. If I could actually do this. And we could do something like this. And we could put that on every other one to kind of make a one-space gap. And the horses will be able to get up and out of that, so that'll keep them from burning to death. And then, you know, you could kind of navigate them out from there. Yeah, so I think that pretty much covers it. So let's take a quick look at the survival world, and I'll show you some of what I got from an AFK session. You can take a look there. So be right back. Okay, here we are in the survival world. I don't think I've loaded this with minecarts yet. So let's take a run over here and take a look at old Trav's barbecue joint. There we go. That should, oh, I gotta put carpet on top of there. Get in there. Alright, so welcome to Trav's barbecue. Sorry about this mess here. Yeah, I just kind of added a little bit of decor here. Got some seating. There's our storage here. You need fresh water. Here you can come to the fridge and you can get yourself a nice cold drink. And then here's our smokers, just like before. So all that's laid out the same. I just, you know, added some burning Neverac here to kind of give it some pizzazz. All that's the same. Didn't open up the back. So let's kind of take a look in here. So I ran this for maybe 7-8 hours, and let's just take a look at what we've got. So here's steaks. These are all full. So this would be a double chest of steaks, chicken, half a chest, pork chops, 1.5 or double stack and a half. This is mutton here. 1, 2, over a double chest of mutton. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like 4 double chests there, I think. Let's look at uncooked. These are double chests. So this is beef. That's about 5 with this. The chicken. 6 with pork chops. 7 with mutton. So about 7 double chests. So you're probably going to get about a double chest or 3,500 items an hour. Which is, God, I mean, what are you going to do with all this food? Chicken you get the least of, and I'm pretty sure that's just because they can flap. So a lot of them are escaping the water that's pushing them in here, and escaping death, so to speak. But, so let's take a look at the other goods we get. So here's all of our leather. Good for our villager trading hall here. So a bunch of leather. And then this is all of our feathers. And then our wool. There's going to be some random items here from when I've killed the dudes in there. But a whole bunch of wool. Here, 1 pink wool. But a whole bunch of wool here. Same here. Some of this stuff is just stuff I've thrown in here, you know, that I've dropped. But anyway, a whole bunch of wool here. And you can see off of an AFK 7-8 hours. I've almost got these full, about 1.5 full, so maybe, you know, make two rows or make those a little bit longer. So anyway, guys, that gives you kind of the plan. On the other side, all what I did is I went up over the top of it. So as long as you're with 128 blocks of the floor, you're fine. But since you're over the ocean, you shouldn't really have to AFK that high. But go at least 30 blocks above, and make sure when you're above this AFKing with an alt account or with a friend that that you're on a completely transparent blocks the whole time you're over this farm. So all glass, carpet, and fence post works. You could use trapdoors, and you walk along those. But yeah, put your AFK guy over the farm, protected from the phantoms, and on completely transparent blocks. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this little kind of series. This is just access to the back. Hope you enjoyed this little series on making this thing. It's I've had absolutely no issues with it. Everything's working fine. Oh, looks like this got bumped, so there's an issue. So maybe every now and then come down here and help and check that. But ever since I've kind of sealed off the back a little bit better, sealed everything off, there haven't been really any critters getting out. But sometimes these guys spawning in bug things. But I've still got a little bit of work to do. But I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this little mini-series, Project X and the passive mob farm. I really hope some of you guys are planning on building this in your world and stockpiling yourselves on all sorts of meats to get you through. I had a blast building it. It's been a lot of fun testing it. And I'm looking forward to the next project, guys. So if you're looking forward to what else we could do on our little SciCraft world, then please support the video, and I'll see you next time. This is Trav. Bye for now.